The richest dragon who ever lived spent 300 years guarding 1 million gold coins. He never spent a single one, not on a snack, not on a hat, not even on a small, reasonably priced cottage. And it almost cost him everything that actually mattered. This is how he got it all back. His name was Vyrmaak, and for 300 years, every dragon in the realm whispered his name with envy, while the others wasted their gold on flame-forged swords, floating castles, and one truly regrettable jewel-encrusted saddle. Vyrmaak only saved, coin by coin, year by year, until his cave glowed brighter than the sun itself. The other dragons called him a fool. He called them dead men flying. Gold is safe, he would hiss, curling tighter around his glittering mountain. Gold is real. Gold never disappears. And he was right. The gold never disappeared. He, on the other hand, was about to. In the first 100 years, Vyrmaak slept like a king. A single coin from his hoard could buy a warm loaf of bread in the village below. 2 coins, a fine wool cloak, 10 coins, a strong young horse, no questions asked, slightly used. He smiled in his sleep because every coin was a promise that one day, when he finally wanted something, the whole world would kneel. But the world does not wait for sleeping dragons. The world, frankly, has things to do. In the second 100 years, the villagers built mills, then vineyards, then ships that sailed to lands Vyrmaak had never even flown over. Their tiny copper coins multiplied into silver, their silver multiplied into gold, and quietly, so quietly that no dragon could hear it, the price of a simple loaf of bread began to rise, from 1 coin to 3, from 3 to 10. By the time Vyrmaak stirred to check his hoard, a single loaf cost 50 coins. Bread, just bread, not even the fancy kind with the seeds on top. He told himself it meant nothing. He had 1 million. He went back to sleep. He should not have. In the 290th year, Vyrmaak woke to a sound he had never heard before. Hooves, hundreds of them, soldiers. A young king had risen in the valley, a king who had read the old stories, who knew exactly where the legendary dragon's hoard was hidden, and who had apparently skipped the chapter about what dragons do to people who climb their mountain. Vyrmaak roared and burned half the army to ash, but he was old, so old. He had not exercised ever, and for every soldier he killed, 10 more came climbing. Bleeding, exhausted, and deeply out of shape, Vyrmaak did the one thing he had sworn for 3 centuries he would never do. He fled. He left his 1,000,000 coins behind and flew, broken-winged, into the night. He landed in a forest he did not recognize, in a world he no longer understood. He was a dragon without a hoard, a king without a crown, a very large lizard with no plan. And for the first time in his long, long life, he was afraid. That is when she found him. Her name was Ysera, young, barely 200 years old, practically a teenager by dragon standards. Her scales shimmered green like spring leaves, and her eyes burned with something Vyrmaak had forgotten existed: hope. "I know who you are," she said softly, "and I know what you lost." Vyrmaak tried to look mysterious and brooding. He mostly looked tired. But Ysera did not leave. 50 years ago, she said, I started with 10 coins. I gave 3 to a dwarven blacksmith, 3 to a sailor with 1 rickety ship, 4 to a girl who said she could pull glowing crystals from the deep earth. Everyone called me a fool too. She paused. Today, those 10 coins have become 100,000, because my gold works while I sleep. Yours just napped. She offered him something no dragon had ever offered him before. Not pity, not charity. A partnership. Vyrmaak, for the first time in 300 years, said yes. Together, they did something the realm had never seen. They lent their gold to builders, to farmers, to inventors who promised to bottle lightning. One of them actually did it, which surprised everyone, including the inventor. Their gold grew while they slept, while they flew, while they laughed. For the first time in his life, Vyrmaak's wealth was alive, and so was he. He fell in love with her, she fell in love with him, somehow, despite the cave smell. They married under a sky full of falling stars and had 7 beautiful dragonlings, each one wilder, brighter, and more expensive than the last. And because their gold worked for them, every hour of every day, Vyrmaak and Ysera did not have to. They took the children to every dragon theme park in the realm. The line for Sky Mountain was 3 hours, even for dragons. They sailed on the Great Dragon cruise ships across the Sapphire Sea, eating from buffets clearly not designed with 7 dragonlings in mind. They watched their little ones learn to fly over mountains Vyrmaak had only ever seen from a cave window. He had spent 300 years guarding gold. He spent the next 300 living. Here is the truth. Vyrmaak almost died never learning. Gold that sleeps, dies. Gold that works, sets you free. Every coin you tuck away and never put to work is a coin slowly being eaten alive by rising prices, by a changing world, by time itself. But every coin you put to work becomes a tiny servant. And enough tiny servants buy you something far more valuable than gold. They buy you your time, your family, your freedom. And if you play your cards right, a buffet you cannot possibly finish. Vyrmaak was lucky. He got a second chance. You don't have to wait 300 years. So tonight, before you close your eyes, ask yourself the question Vyrmaak waited far too long to answer. Is your gold sleeping, or is it working for you while you sleep?